Hey guys, SonicPAJ here, coming to you scriptless in the raw to tell you that classic Sonic from Sonic Forces is the same one that we saw in Sonic Generations. Now, you guys probably heard Eggman say,
"You've got a lot of nerve for a bite-sized Sonic from another dimension."
And now you think the classic Sonic we see in Sonic Forces is a totally different Sonic than the one we saw in Sonic Generations. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're wrong! Why are you wrong? Well, let me explain. You see, when it comes to the Sonic universe, terms like timeline and dimension and world are all used interchangeably. Sonic has been a time-traveling series for quite a while now. From the start of Sonic CD, time travel is nothing new to the blue blur. Therefore, it's pretty conceivable that multiple timelines, which in this case are the same thing as worlds and dimensions, exist. Now, why am I saying that worlds, dimensions, and timelines are the same thing in the Sonic universe? It all starts with these three characters: Blaze the Cat, Dr. Eggman Nega, and Silver the Hedgehog. In 2005's Sonic Rush, Blaze the Cat and Dr. Eggman Nega come from their own dimension on the hunt for their own versions of the Chaos Emeralds, the Sol Emeralds. And of course, Sonic and Blaze team up, defeat both their versions of the Doctor, and all seems well. 1 year later is the game released Sonic the Hedgehog, aka Sonic 06. This is the game that features Silver the Hedgehog, a time-traveling hedgehog from a destroyed future. Of course, accompanying him in his travels is Blaze the Cat. Wait, I thought we just said she was from her own dimension. So, is she from another dimension, or is she from the future too? Another thing that would be further confusing is the fact in the Sonic Rivals series, Dr. Eggman Nega and Silver return, except it's explained in both these ones that they're from the future. This seems like a contradictory statement, but it would make the most sense that, in this case, in a world where there are multiple reality warping stones, that dimension and timeline are the same thing. Now, with the future and past in the Sonic series always being altered due to certain events and boss battles, it would make sense that there might actually be multiple Sonics even though they are the same character. But what is my main point here? How do we know that classic Sonic from Sonic Generations is the same one as the one in Sonic Forces? Well, let me give you the rundown. At the end of Sonic Generations, both classic Robotnik and modern Eggman are stuck in some sort of timeless white void, where they have all the time in the world to explain what's happened to both of them. It's reasonable to speculate that modern Eggman told classic Robotnik all of his failed attempts on how he tried to take over the world, but was stopped by Sonic. When both classic Robotnik's and modern Eggman's timelines were finally restored, the decisions of classic Robotnik created a branch. Classic Robotnik would not try to do any of the schemes of his modern counterpart. He went through the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but there would be no events of Sonic 4. He would not rehash his old schemes like he did in the Sonic Advance series. He would not release Chaos from the Master Emerald. He would not free Shadow from the Gun Forces. He wouldn't let Metal Sonic take him over. He wouldn't try to unleash Dark Gaia. And he wouldn't try to harness the power of wisps to create a giant mind control cannon. He would try something completely different. And that is why he turned his attention to the reality-warping Phantom Ruby. In conclusion, the classic Sonic we see in Sonic Forces is the same one as Sonic Generations, just from an altered timeline where Dr. Robotnik decided to not go through the schemes of his modern counterpart, and instead focused his resources on creating the hard-boiled heavies and harnessing the power of the Phantom Ruby. In other words, there are two timelines now. Modern Sonic timeline had Sonic 4 come after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But in the altered classic Sonic timeline that takes place after Sonic Generations, Sonic Mania is the story that takes place after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Now what I need is a canon explanation of why modern Sonic is taller and has green eyes, and classic Sonic stayed the same after the events of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Maybe in the altered timeline, classic Sonic never got the Super Emeralds and became hypersonic? I don't know.